Peace, everybody. Welcome to Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch, and today I'm going to talk about UFC 223, which is going down this Saturday on pay-per-view. Now, originally, this fight was headlined by Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nuragamedov in a fight that everyone was looking forward to. And then with less than a week to go, Tony Ferguson gets hurt. And Max Holloway, of all people, steps in. The featherweight champ steps in to fight for the lightweight title. Amazing. Courage, balls, heart, all of that. Kudos to Max Holloway. But me, I was like, man, now I got to go back, watch some more film, see how these two guys match up. And I'm still going to talk about that. But yesterday, I'm scrolling through YouTube, and I see this little video, and it's like Conor McGregor attacks Khabib and his team backstage. And I'm like, man, what kind of troll poster is this? And I just keep going. And then I go to work, and I'm sitting there doing my thing, and I pick up my phone, and I see a text from Rob. And Rob's like, did you see what Conor McGregor did? And I was like, wait a minute. So Conor McGregor really did fly from Ireland and attack Khabib? And he's like, something like that. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with this guy? He's ranting on Twitter, causing trouble everywhere, doing everything except fighting in the octagon. Like, this is bananas. Like, who is in this guy's head and giving this guy advice? Yes, you got hundreds of millions of dollars to fight Mayweather. Whoop-de-doo. What is he doing right now? He is flushing his career down the toilet. And, I mean, I really hope that $100 million can last him the rest of his life, because it should. But the way he's acting right now is very unbecoming of a martial artist and a professional athlete and just a general human being to begin with. And, I mean, that's really my opinion on that. That's it. Let me get into these fights. So I'm going to talk about the rematch between Rose Namajunas and Joanna and Max Holloway versus Khabib Nuragamedov. Now, the first one, strawweight title fight, 115. Rose shocks the world by knocking out Joanna with a picture-perfect leaping left hook and follow-up punches. Something that a lot of people did not see coming, myself included. I thought if she was to win, it'd be like by some crazy submission, like a flying armbar or something like that she's been known to attempt. But I thought the skill, precision, sharpness, and technical striking of Joanna would carry her on to a victory. Of course, we were wrong with that. Now, in the rematch, Joanna has had a chance to see Rose now and make adjustments to her speed and the angles that she presents that are different than all the other strawweights that she has fought thus far. She was the fastest one she had fought. She was the most unorthodox, but now she's seen it. And the question is, can she adjust to that? Control the range the way she was supposed to in the first one, and regain her title. Rose, on the other hand, has to keep her guessing. She has to keep those angles awkward. She has to keep that range disguised. She has to continue to use that speed to confuse Joanna and make her believe she's somewhere that she's not. That was what was going on in that little 3 or 4 minutes that we saw them fight that a lot of people really aren't talking about. There was a huge mental game going on where these women were making tactical decisions that most people only saw punches being thrown, but where their feet were being placed and where their hands were being placed, the feints that they were using, all of that stuff went into how that fight played out, and it's going to play out in this fight as well. So Joanna has to use, instead of a hard jab that she usually likes to use, kind of like a Muay Thai type of jab where it's very hard, very strong, and very deliberate, she's going to have to use a feinting jab to get Rose to react so she can counter her rather than her being on the defensive like she was in the first fight. I think if she could do that, she can begin to slow Rose down and time her with her precision striking. And like I said, Rose has to get to her early again so she doesn't adjust to that speed. Like I said, Rose is the fastest person that she's met thus far in the octagon. So I think that Joanna will have some early trouble, and she'll probably be able to adjust and win this time. I'm still going to roll with the former champ to regain the belt. I think technically she is a better fighter, but with the intangibles that Rose has, her retaining the belt is not out of the question at all, and she's probably the favorite this time. I'm not a betting man. I don't know how to work the odds, so if you do know that stuff, hit me up in the comments and let me know what the betting lines are and how they work. Let's move on to the main event. Khabib Nuragamedov, monster at 155, 25-0, undefeated in mixed martial arts. That is a very, very difficult feat. Even people that we consider the greatest, Anderson Silva, Demetrius Johnson, John Jones, Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, like all of these legends of the sport, George St. Pierre, Matt Hughes, all of these guys have suffered defeats. Khabib is undefeated, and he's doing so in impressive fashion. He is mauling guys, destroying them. There's a guy that wrestled bears as a child, and it looks like it when he gets in the cage. He is manhandling grown men. Max Holloway, hard luck guy, after losing to Conor McGregor, has stuffed 27 consecutive takedowns from his competition and has gone undefeated on, I think, 11 fights since then. 2 of those wins against the best featherweight that we've seen in Jose Aldo. So he's moving up a weight class to challenge someone that no one outside of Tony Ferguson was really willing to fight. Personally, I'm not sure how this is going to go because, like I said, Max is very good at stuffing takedowns, but he's going to get someone who is a whole nother level when it comes to these takedowns. Now, Khabib is a guy that likes to pressure you, get you to the fence, and then take you down and maul you. So what Max has to do is keep the fight in the middle of the octagon. We haven't seen Nurmagomedov go for many takedowns outside of that black line that you see in the octagon. There's a black line about maybe like 3 or 4 feet from the cage that is his main stomping grounds for when he likes to work. Everything before then is predicated to getting you behind that line. Then you go down and you get the pain brought to you. So Max has to stay inside of that octagon line and pepper him with shots. He is the longer guy. He's taller, but he is not the bigger guy by any stretch of the imagination. Khabib struggles to make 155, so he is fighting someone who makes 145. Even though it's a hard cut, he can make 145. So Max Holloway is definitely the smaller man because there's no way that Khabib's going to get down and make 145. So that size is going to play a difference if Khabib is able to utilize his game plan, get him behind that black line, and put him on the mat. It's going to be very hard for Holloway to get back up because the full 55-pounders cannot get up when this guy puts you down. I highly doubt Max Holloway is going to be able to do it either. So like I said, if he could keep him inside of that line, he can have an impressive decision and maybe even a knockout, because we haven't seen Khabib take too many shots, and the one time he was hurt was versus Michael Johnson. But like I said, that is a 55-pounder. But Max Holloway is a impressive, precise striker. So he can hit and hurt Khabib. So that's what we're going to be looking for. That's it for today, guys. I wanted to keep this nice and quick, talk about that craziness with Conor McGregor, and get my thoughts on these fights. Make sure you leave your thoughts below. Hit hit us up on our social media platforms. Rob and I will be together to recap this and the Showtime card, which he should be bringing to you later on today. So look out for that video as well. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, fight on.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick rhyme, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.